Welcome back to Girls Rewatch,
a podcast about girls,
TV, and girls on TV.
I'm Amelia and
And I'm Evan Lazarus. Oh my god, what a fun episode. I'm sure you guys are looking at the title right now.
Oh, yeah, when we said we're doing a month of too much, we were being dead serious.
So someone who's the biggest Marvelous Mrs. Maisel fan ever, come on, point at me. Thank you. This is just too damn exciting.
Oh my god, he pulled behind the curtain and he just left.
Yeah, he did just leave. And I barely talked about Maisel.
And I spent the whole time treating him like I would a bad boyfriend.
Yes, you did. I wish you had one of those.
Come for me. Oh my god. Sorry for talking about being single so much on last week's episode.
Well, you're doing kind of the opposite of single behavior right now because you have a wiki feet. Congratulations. It's huge.
Thank you guys for making it possible. I've always dreamed of one day being a girl with a wiki feet.
The way I'm like adding my photos onto the website, they won't take them. Evan Lazarus, 5 stars. They hate my ass.
If anyone wants to look for it
look at that. Get that shot quick.
If anyone wants to rate my feet higher, they are at like a 3.2, which is pretty low.
My favorite thing is the first photos submitted are from Twink Dealer, a sketch we made 2 years ago.
A famous vertical sketch we did. We improvised it. We improvised a multi-camera sketch. And that was like an hour of us filming, and then I just spent a lot of time in the editing bay.
It was kind of beautiful.
And magic happened. I wish I would have known it was going to go well, or I wouldn't have worn my pajamas. I would have brushed my damn hair.
But that's what makes it look so natural.
No, that's what got people
by the way,
to...
couldn't capture it a single time after that.
By the way, we've tried to do sketch comedy online since. Very, very, very unsuccessful.
Oh, God, get us back.
We got to dive back into that.
We got to dive back into... I saw a girl who writes for 40 hours a week doing sketch comedy for her own YouTube channel.
Who?
I can't name her name, but I'm just like impressed and scared at the same time.
I don't know if sketch comedy is something I like or care about.
I'm not like laughing, but I find it enjoyable.
I need to figure out what writing is and how to do it, because I am like, I want to work in comedy, and it's like, what do you mean by that, babe?
So, pull behind the curtain, I watched a YouTube video about Stephen King.
That is a pull behind the curtain.
So he's not really in it, but it's about his writing style. So I of course watched it yesterday, so it's a little new to me. But there's 2 kinds of writers. There's someone that like writes the last sentence first, and then there's the iterative writer, which is Stephen King. So he just goes in his initial premise, and then he just writes until he finds the ending, and more about the story finds him than him finding the story. And I think that's the kind of writer I am. So listening to that was actually very helpful. And he also writes for 3 hours at a time, and he spends 10% of that time editing at the end. But he'll write for 3-hour block, just sit down, write, and just see what happens. And he goes back, edits a little bit, and he says you should kill 10% of your darlings.
Only 10?
Yeah.
I kill every idea I come up with.
10,000 darlings.
Stupid. I really need to work on my self-esteem.
Girl, you need a darling. We need darling.
I need at least one darling to stick around.
God.
Whatever. Do you think Lena's writing process is like Stephen King's?
I think she can sit down for longer and write, because she'll write whole episodes of TV in a day.
Me on YouTube Shorts, Lena Dunham reveals she wrote Panic in Central Park in less than 48 hours.
It's so crazy she was able to do that.
I love titling those. Okay, here's a little outline on Michael for you guys. Michael Zegen first entered the Lenaverse as Joe in Girls Season 3, Episode 6, Free Snacks, where he plays Hannah's do-gooder coworker at GQ. He introduces her to office snacks and even saves her from her own drunkenness. When Hannah eventually quits in a burst of artistic rage, she condemns Joe for being a nice to chubby girls just to make himself feel better. Meanwhile, cut to the modern day. Zegan re-entered the Lena Dunham cinematic universe as Zev in Too Much, where he plays Megan Stalter's romantic ex, depicted as the love of her life and the man who's giving her 1,000 little paper cuts. And you know what? our question of the week. Please comment down below on YouTube or Spotify. Tell us what your thoughts are on Zev, because I want to know, because apparently some people actually don't mind him. Meanwhile, if you're like me, you think he's evil and should
girl in
rot.
like the hairdressing room. The hairdressers don't mind her, kind of everyone else does. I said it's so weird.
And if you're confused by that, make sure to watch last week's episode with Megan Stalter where she explains everything.
I think my question is, who's giving you 1,000 little paper cuts?
Oh yeah, tell us about your like hometown tea.
Give us your hometown tea and who's giving you 1,000 little paper cuts.
Yeah, wait, I really want
1,000 fires everywhere.
I would love to write that.
I know it's little fires everywhere, but 1,000 fires everywhere.
I love Reese Witherspoon and what she's done.
I forgot it's the youngest daughter who's setting the fires.
Is it?
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen sharp teeth.
Sharp objects?
Sharp objects, but
sharp teeth. Because you know about the ending somehow.
But the way every day I log onto TikTok and I see a clip of like Amy Adams realizing her little sister kills people and puts their teeth in a dollhouse.
It's horrifying.
And I'm like, what is this show and why does this keep happening to me? It's so stressful.
Isn't it her daughter?
It's her daughter or something? I don't know.
Of course, that's one of those things I watched in the afternoon.
And so it's hard to remember because it was the afternoon.
Right, of course.
Yeah, whenever I have to like do something for work at like between 3 and 5 p.m., it's like one of the hardest things in the world.
I know.
It's like, what?
But you know what wasn't hard?
What?
Our episode with Michael Zegen.
Let's get to it now. Cross dissolve. Joining us on the couch, the one and only Michael Zegen.
Thanks for joining us in Bushwick.
Of course.
It's so important that we reunite because we met you once at the Audible Theater last fall.
Yes, I did a play and you guys did the Q&A afterwards.
That was so much fun.
It was fun, yeah.
That was fun.
I was a little nervous, but it turned out great. And surprisingly, most of the audience stuck around. Which never happens.
It's my mom and her friends.
It was mainly your mom and her friends. That was so fun.
Were they really there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In droves.
I just remember blacking out and being like, you went to Michigan, Helena? And she's like, yeah, did you? And I was like, no. I just know about that stuff.
Oh, well, it turned out great. It was a great
That was
conversation.
such a fun play.
I will say, Amelia had an amazing joke during it where it's just you and Helena York. And Amelia goes, the cast party must have gone crazy.
It was a good cast party, actually. But yeah.
I love it.
Well, not to go off topic, but you're in the West Village and now the whole West Village is owned by tech companies, which is so exciting.
All the theaters. Yeah.
Well,
the theaters, yes.
Right. And now Cherry Lane just got bought by
A24.
Like
but that's a good
week.
thing because
that's a good thing.
Because they were going to tear down the Cherry Lane or turn it into something else. Yeah.
Condos.
Or a John Varvatos or something.
Thank you, A24. We love you.
No, but for the longest, I did a play at Cherry Lane. It was one of the first plays I did, and yeah, they've been talking about since then that they were gonna shut it down, that we were gonna be the last, and luckily A24 came around, and now it's gonna be a legit theater again. So
that's okay. Well, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Thank
and
God.
Audible too. I mean, the Minetta Lane, like they had done plays, but now they have like a whole season, and it's night and day. So
it's so fun in there.
Oh, it's a beautiful theater.
It's a beautiful theater.
Yeah, and the neighborhood, you can't beat it.
An amazing audio quality.
Yeah,
truly,
sure.
Got picked up.
Absolutely, yeah.
They picked the right one.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on the pod. We have to talk girls, and we have to talk too much with you.
Okay.
It is like, where the hell do we begin?
Well, actually, during Strategic Love Play, not to bring it up again, but we were talking to you, and you're like, remember I was on Girls? We're like, oh, yeah, and absolutely.
Well, because you asked me what girl's character I identify with, and I said I was on Girls, so I identify with that guy.
And we were like, yeah, but you were acting in that role.
Is your hair straight? We remember people based off their hair, of course.
No, they did a good job on the hair, yeah. But yeah, no, that I was Joe, who works at GQ. Very memorable character, obviously.
He was, because you helped Hannah in the bathtub.
Right.
And then in Too Much, like the fire department has to help Meg in the bathtub. And I'm like, it's all everything's a circle.
It's a callback, yeah.
It's a callback. Lena's that good.
It's an Easter egg. It's only for people who really know.
Good. I love it. Well, we do have to ask you the question again, just because it's our famous question. So to kick us off today.
Girl, what girl are you?
Yeah.
This is just how he was last time we asked.
It's true. Nothing's changed. Yeah, so like I don't know because I don't feel like I'm any of them. But there's probably like little aspects of individual characters that I do identify with. I think like I'm not like Shoshana at all, but maybe I have some of her like neuroses or
we were saying Ray, I believe.
Well, I mean, but you're asking me what girl I am.
I know, but for you can go off.
No, I like Ray. I mean, I think it's a great character, and he's very kind of stable. He owns his own place and a coffee shop, right? It's been a while. Yes, Grumpy's.
I feel like if you were 22, you would be just like Shoshana.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but I don't recall being 22 and
like
being
her.
just like Shoshana. But Hannah, she's. I feel like she's a dreamer. She has aspirations.
She's a dreamer.
Jessa, I don't.
No, we don't see it either.
I feel like you're definitely not like Joe because Joe wasn't writing. He was just saying he was writing.
Right.
Who's making puns?
And who's the other one? Marnie. She's sort of a performer.
Yeah.
She likes to perform.
Oh,
like
that's
she
a good
sings,
point.
right?
Yeah, there you go.
So there's that aspect of it. I don't know, but yes, I would say Ray probably out of all of
Is there
them.
anyone in Too Much you feel closest to?
No.
Like I don't connect with them.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'm represented by anybody necessarily.
Really?
But that's not a bad thing.
No,
like I don't.
not at all.
It's very
You're an
rare that
individual.
I even watch a TV show where I'm like, oh, that's me. So yeah, even characters I play, certainly not characters I play. I feel like that's the whole point of acting, is to play something that's so far removed from who you actually are. But yeah, I mean, there's always like little bits that I do identify with.
That's beautiful.
Beautifully said. That's beautifully said,
That's
Michael.
really wonderful. So Amelia and I are going to
Or is it more of a cop-out, I think?
No, that was really poetic.
It's actually a really
powerful.
good clip for TikTok. So Amelia and I are going to do your characters as girl. What girl are you? Do you want to go first, Emil?
So we looked
Girl,
at.
what girl are you?
I looked at your IMDb and I decided that the character I'm most like is unfortunately Zev Jeremiah Goldstein.
Oh no.
That's who you think I am?
No, that's who I am.
Oh, you are? Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, because I lack communication skills in relationships and I love to blame my own frustration on the person closest to me.
Okay, yeah.
She loves Supreme too. If you weren't here today, she would have all Supreme.
And I'm addicted to beanies, so it was like easy.
Yeah, there were more beanie scenes that I ended up. I think I was like, I don't think he should be a beanie guy. Like, so I would take it off. But now in retrospect, I wish I had worn it more.
Yeah, it would have helped me feel more represented in the media.
Maybe people would have liked him more. I don't know.
Is that the first time you ever said you felt like a man?
I think so.
That's huge. Or
But
scary.
I think it's because Lord's new album. I'm like, I really got to start thinking about it. Just so I can relate to her lyrics more.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like Zev sort of gets a bad rap a little bit. Only because.
Who said that?
Well, I say it because I feel like you don't see the whole picture. You see little snippets of their relationship, but you don't see the entirety.
You were pretty mean to my friend, Jessica.
I know, but maybe she was mean to Zev and you just didn't see that scene.
There's no way.
Okay, I mean, it's quite
There's
possible.
no
Yeah,
way.
I saw enough.
Girl, what girl are you? Well, should it be Michael? What Michael are you?
Yeah, literally. Do it.
Michael, what Michael are you?
I would say I'm Alberto because I would die in the first scene, but I'm Jewish, but I'm like also Italian.
Alberto from the Penguin.
Right, Alberto from the
For those
Penguin.
who haven't looked at my
I haven't
IMDb.
seen the Penguin, but Evan said it was scary, so I'm not gonna.
No, it's beautiful.
It's great.
I just got a ton of Emmys, girl.
Yeah, but
That's,
it's.
I mean, that doesn't mean it's
serious.
not scary.
Anything, right?
It's serious.
It's not scary.
Serious?
Yeah.
I mean, Colin Farrell plays the Penguin. I don't know how serious it is, but it's very good.
They did film at one block from our old apartment, and it was like, this is the scariest part of New York City. I'm like, this is where I live. So
You live in Gotham City.
lived in Gotham City. It's like, where are they filming here? Because they added so many posters, made it so grungy. I'm like, this is my coffee shop. It's covered in like paraphernalia.
Oh, wow.
Whatever.
No, they did a great job with locations because I didn't recognize any of those
Anything.
places. Yeah.
No, truly.
But
Whatever,
it
good
is
for
if you
them.
haven't watched The Penguin, I
It's
highly
fantastic.
recommend it. It's great.
Okay, I'll watch The Penguin and just to find out what
You
Evan's
actually-
all about.
Yeah.
We have about 1 million shows after this podcast
I
to
know.
watch.
I've got so much work to do.
Riverware Dogs.
Riverware.
Reservoir.
No, Riverware Dogs.
There's too many spin-offs. There's too many spin-offs.
That after. Oh, it's a good question. Okay, and then we'll move. Oh, let's talk about girls for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So
Yes.
Lena let us know when we talked to her that you had originally auditioned to play Matt Kornstein.
Who's that?
He's she didn't remember either.
It's a camp friend in the first season.
Shoshana tries to lose her virginity to her camp
Yeah.
friend.
No. I know. That was Skylar Aston who played that part. And yes, I did. Yeah, that's a true story. I auditioned for that part.
Didn't book.
I didn't book it. No, but I feel like I made a friend for life in Lena from that.
She made it sound like
meeting.
you guys became friends for life and
Yeah.
that she really just couldn't cast you in that specific role because your eyes were too kind.
Oh, okay.
And they
yes,
needed
yes.
Skylar Austin's meaner eyes for that role. And then she's like, I'm going to write him a part and it's going to be GQ coworker Joe.
Right, which I still had to audition for. And
Really?
yes, nobody told me she wrote it for me.
Oh my God.
No, I auditioned for it. And then it's funny because they told me, I think it was like the next day after my audition, they said that they wanted me to come in and do the table read. Nobody still nobody said I had the part. So I went in to it was at Silver Cup Studios in Queens, and it was like 6 a.m. This table read, and everybody was there. Like everybody from HBO was there, and
Jesus Christ.
I'm like on this panel with all the other actors, and I do it, and I thought I did really well. And Lena came up to me and just said, like, thanks for doing that. And I was like, oh no, what? Like that's not a good thing. And I went home, and then like days went by and I didn't hear anything. So I was
Wait.
like, hold up, like what's happening? Like I thought,
What kind of mental warfare was she
I know,
putting
but
you
it's
through?
like always happens like that. You'd wait, even with Mrs. Maisel, I had like the best audition of my life. I tested with Rachel and didn't find out for 2 weeks.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, so they like to play games with our heads, I think.
That is
but-
so mean.
But then I got the part. I ended up getting the part, and then
were they just like, hey, it shoots in an hour, come by?
no, but I did talk to Lena beforehand, and I was like, I told her that I didn't know if I got the part or whatever, and she's like, oh, you always had the part. Like I wrote this for you, and I was like, well, nobody told me that, and so I guess they needed to go ahead from like HBO, from the execs or something like that. Yeah.
Wow, that's a powerful tale. I just got anxiety thinking of that journey.
My whole business is anxiety. Yeah.
That and Amy Sherman Palladino. I'm clinically addicted to Gilmore Girls. I watch it
Yeah.
every single day.
Yeah. So does my wife.
It's
Like
so
to go to
good.
sleep every day.
It's really
She watches it
self-soothing.
every day to go to sleep.
It's always on TV when she's in bed. Yeah, when I
Even
come
in the summer.
every day.
It's a seasonal
Wow.
show. You
It's
know
a seasonal
that.
show. You
It is. I
that.
know it's like cozy in the winter, but
Was she like, let's get married now that you're working with Amy Sherman Palladino?
no.
Is
This
that
is
how it
years
happened?
ahead. No,
No, that's
exactly how it happened.
He's being coy. We all know the story.
Wait, that's amazing. And Joe's kind of arc is beautiful.
But that being said, it was supposed to be something different.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know how girls operated before I got there or after,
Well, it's a
but
completely different show until you got on screen.
It's also, I'm sorry, but Lena was like, love you. We're besties. I will write a role for you in 3 years.
for you,
For
oh,
you.
for me, oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean we didn't really keep in touch from that audition on, but it was after the second time around that we became close. But yeah, no, originally she had told me that Joe, my character, and
Guys, he played Joe.
and Adam and her, Hannah, were gonna have a love triangle.
Oh my
What?
God.
Yeah, and
What?
I mean, like, maybe this was just in her head or
Right.
whatever.
Well, there is
but
that line where she's like she quits GQ and she like turns to you and she's like, "What? Stop trying to like
care
get
about
the
a
chubby
chubby
girl,
girl,
like
right.
whatever,
Yeah.
like back off. You're being crazy." And you're like, "I just helped a drunk girl. I would help any drunk girl."
yeah, I do. There were actually scenes that were cut. There was a scene that we filmed, which was the day after she sleeps over at my place. And I think I'm making her a smoothie or something. And we're talking about maybe going to do something else, I think, like going out another time. And There was also like a softball scene.
What?
Yeah, it was like we spent like a whole like maybe even 2 days at McCarran Park and like playing
Jenna
softball.
Lyons was playing softball.
Maybe Jenna was there. I don't. Maybe it was just
This is better for the podcast if Jenna Lyons was playing softball.
Jenna Lyons was playing third base. Yeah.
You know, that girl doesn't play softball once in that entire series. To think there's like scenes in HBO headquarters of you two playing softball is crazy.
Yeah. I don't recall the extent of the softball scenes, but I know we filmed softball scenes.
My
So yeah, there was supposed to be some big love triangle, and it just didn't happen. And then we did another table read of an episode that they ended up scrapping entirely, and it was just like, we're not doing this one. And I think Lena wrote another one like that night, because she's like prolific that way.
It was Panic in Central Park.
No, that was a few years later. But yeah, no, there were
Wow, so there's like
there
a
were
lot
things,
of secret lore.
Yeah, there were things that were supposed to happen that didn't happen, and I would have liked to have seen
I would have liked
that
to see
version,
that
but
love
Absolutely.
triangle.
yeah, sure.
But I like when you showed the snacks too. Like that was cool.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
talk
Having
about
such
sun
a hard
chips.
time. I guess like Adam could be bi.
No. There
No.
wasn't. It wasn't like a love
I'm
triangle.
sorry.
Like
I'm so used to
No, it was-
Polly and Bushwick.
Sorry, we're in Bushwick. We got confused about polycool.
no, it wasn't like he's in love with me. I'm in love with her. It was we were both vying for Hannah.
I think you're wrong.
And
I
Hannah-
think it's about
Maybe you're right.
num-
Hannah so would cheat on Adam with Joe.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Adam was a freak of nature.
Well, Adam didn't even care when she kind of spent the night at Joe's apartment.
Right.
Not even for he had to break in a coat, if you remember correctly,
Oh,
because he's getting ready
yeah.
for his play.
But that was going to be a point of contention that she spent the night. I remember talking about
really?
that. Yeah.
And they kind of dismiss it so quickly.
And then the next year I was like, oh, maybe he comes back. And I was talking to Karpovsky, and he was like, well, she doesn't work at GQ anymore. And I was like, so? Like, Joe can exist outside of GQ. Like,
I doubt
they didn't
it.
kill him off. But yeah, no, it wasn't meant to
They
be.
killed off Joe in the first scene.
Well, that would, I mean, that's how my characters usually go. But
It was fun and too much that you didn't even show up for a while. And then you did.
Except in the first scene.
Yeah, except in the first episode.
The first episode, first scene.
Wait.
not first scene.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
the
but it
second-
was
Oh
in
my
the-
God, you're right. It was like that. Also, they edited. It was definitely not that order of events in this. I mean, this look when they
Right,
get
movie
into
magic.
when they go into the editing room, they find all kinds of things, and so you can't take it personally or anything. And I don't take it personally that my scene was like the first, but it
That's
just
a compliment.
it wasn't supposed to come, I think, until like later in the episode. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you were in the dark. We like kind of knew of you, and then it was like we're mad,
Right.
But we didn't know why for so long. Like, we were kind of like Felix, where we were like, what did this guy even do, or is Jessica just crazy? And then episode 5, like everybody online is really mad at you, and kind of everybody's really pissed, and you're
Yeah.
kind of in a villain arc, and people are like, Jack Antonoff's gonna pay for what he did,
Right.
So
I don't think my character has anything to do with Jack Antonoff.
at all.
Not that I know of. I mean, he's not a musician. He writes music reviews. So there's
He
that
writes
aspect
music reviews.
of it. So yes, it's related to music, but and I don't know. I mean, like maybe things that Zev says in the episodes are things that one of Lena's ex-boyfriends said. I'm not necessarily saying it's Jack. So
Right.
It could have been anyone, and we don't want anybody to come for you.
Right.
But I'm mad.
Well, I didn't write it, so
That's true. That's true.
You're just an amazing actor.
Thank you.
Did Lena reach out for this show? Or did you audition? Like, what was the process?
No. Lena reached out. She texted me. I was, I think, in Portland, Oregon at the time. Things always have, like, I always get parts when I'm like somewhere else.
Right.
You're not
I-
getting booked. You're like, let's go to Massachusetts.
No,
or
seriously. I
something.
mean, it's I think that it usually had like I was in Hawaii when I got another part, like in a movie, and yeah. I mean, there are examples, but yes, I was in Portland, and and I just randomly got a text from her, and
Did she text in lowercase or full sentences?
I think it was all caps. It was like, "You're Zev." No, and I was like, "Who's that?" No, I don't recall. I could look up for you if you want, but it was just basically she said, she said, "I want you to be in this TV show. Are you free?" And it was like about to be like the actor's strike. So I was like, I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
And I was really excited. And then I got the scripts and I was like, oh shit, like he's mean. he's a bad guy. I was thinking, oh, he's like, you know, he's this lovable guy. You're going to love him right off the bat. But unfortunately, that was not meant to be. But that being said, I didn't care. You know, it's a Lena Dunham show. Like, what do I care?
Absolutely.
Did you like playing a villain or?
Yeah, I always like playing the villain. It's just that when these villains are like too close to home for some people and like trigger people, because they're sort of like founded in reality. It's not that I have problems with it. I don't. It's still acting to me, and I love it, and I love playing these characters who aren't me. But that being said, like, you know, you mentioned like all the hate I get online, and it's like I would just love to play a character who doesn't get hate online, like
Totally.
who everybody loves. And I remember like reading it and being like, now wait, so who's playing Felix? Like who's, you know, like
Are you
does
sure
he
you
have
don't-
to be British or?
Are you sure you don't want me to be Felix?
Yeah, because I knew like whoever's playing Felix, the audience is gonna love him.
Totally. Well, if it makes you feel better, I don't really care about Felix.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that
Does
does
it
make me.
help?
Yeah,
help?
yeah, it does.
But I especially don't like.
But it doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
Like, because somebody like Felix, he can go and cheat on her, and everybody's like, oh, whatever, you know, it's fine. They'll get back together. Like, they're
Yeah.
meant to be. But like, you know, my character Joel,
Talks to the guy.
on Maisel,
Yeah.
Joel cheats on Mrs. Maisel in the first episode, and like nobody can forgive him after that.
No.
It's done. It's over. Like, he's scum, and that's what it's going to be for 5 seasons.
Oh my god.
Sorry, this is turning into a therapy session,
No,
but
yeah,
like, it's
what
that's
is
what we
it
both think
about
that.
you that like people are only letting you
Well,
be the bad guy?
I mean, that's not necessarily true.
Joe was nice enough.
Yes, right.
Yes,
yeah, he was very
exactly.
nice.
But there was kind of a darkness to him.
For me, like, I just, you know, it's like actors use sense memory and or at least some actors do, and I just try to be as real as possible and try to like cull from those experiences that I had with, you know, horrible partners. And
Do you have evil ex-girlfriends?
no.
Crazy ex-girlfriends?
No, I no.
All awesome ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wow, that's gonna do numbers on TikTok. Maybe the narrative will change around.
Maybe, I hope so. No, yeah, all my exes were totally nice people, and
Wow.
Yeah.
I know, but Joel
just didn't work
ultimately-
out, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
But Joel really did have like after the cheating, of course, like he seemed to be a very stand-up guy, but he did.
Yes,
the
but it
first and
didn't
ever-
matter.
No,
It didn't matter.
at all.
People just looked past that. They glossed over that. They just focused on the fact that he left the Mrs. Maisel,
Right.
who I get it, because everybody loves her, and it's the same with Too Much. Like, Jess is so lovable.
She really is.
And so, like, you know, for him to hurt her, it feels like, I think the audience feels like they're being hurt.
Right.
And they take it out on me.
Yeah.
On me. Like, not my character, on me.
In the streets.
Yes, they
Has
do.
anyone ever said something to you?
Oh, all the time. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, like when Mrs. Maisel was like happening, I would get people. I've said this in many interviews. Like, people came up to me and they were just like, I hate you.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It was like, I remember like, and that was multiple times, but one
Right.
time in particular, it was like on New Year's, it was at some New Year's party, and like some guy like just like saw me and he's like, oh, you're on Mrs. Maisel. I was like, yeah. He's like, I hate you.
You're like, happy
Happy New Year.
The ball drops.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, and it did kind of like ruin my night a little bit.
Of
it was
course.
just because I just
terrible
don't.
way to end or start the year.
It was ending. So maybe yeah, but yeah, I just I don't know what it is. It's somebody said I have a face that, you know, everybody wants to punch, or a very punchable face.
Oh, no.
That was
You're-
recent.
you're
I just
loved my household.
you're looking at my face. You're like
Wait, I was like, did I tweet that?
you're like,
tweet that?
does he have a punchable face?
I don't think your face is that punchable, but
No.
I could see the way the kindness in your eyes would like make people be like, oh, he's a trickster.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I like lure them in only to hurt them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it all started with Benji, honestly.
No, Benji's a good guy.
Well,
What?
he's fine.
Really?
I like him, but he's pretentious.
Yeah. But I just don't think he knows any better.
He doesn't know any better. That is the truth.
Yeah.
He's not completely evil. I feel like the narrative though is so often that men are just always the evil character, especially in like female tales. And it feels like you play so many characters that are there to like teach the female protagonist a lesson.
I mean, you're not wrong, and I do work with a lot of like femel filmmakers,
Yes, you do.
which
Yeah.
I love. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's better.
No. You were gonna say something. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's so funny. I can't follow up from that.
I love it. I will say Meg and Lena both said they didn't view Zev necessarily as a bad guy.
Well, again, I don't think we see the entire picture.
What do you
Right.
think's the other half of the picture?
Um,
It's the parent trap when one of them's like the husband, one's wife.
I think, and part of this is they also like maybe cut a few little things that you might have
You
seen.
loved.
I know, I don't wanna-
watch nothing ever have been cut. You're like, no, and there's these scenes where they're amazing and really cool.
there weren't like giant scenes or anything that they cut, and anything that they did cut, obviously, like you don't notice because it doesn't. It's not like you're missing something from the narrative, but there were little bits that they did cut where you kind of see where Zev is coming from.
Right.
And I totally like I'm not like, oh, this show's ruined because they cut that, but I do think you see a little bit more of Jess's instability.
Being a little too much.
Yeah, but like in a way that's like not healthy.
You think she should have trained the dog?
well, that goes without saying. But like, and I don't want to throw anyone under the bus because there's no one to throw.
Of course.
I mean, I'll find somebody, but I just felt like there were a few little moments where you might have seen something that she did that it's like, oh, this is why this isn't gonna last. Like,
Was this in Pink Valentine?
Yeah,
It was in that
yeah,
episode?
sure. I mean, they're in a few different little scenes, but there was one whole scene that they cut where it's like, I can't really talk about it because I don't want to like make piss off anybody,
Right.
and maybe they're gonna use it in season 2. I don't know, or
Right.
if there is a season 2. Fingers crossed.
It's
But
gonna be
I don't even know how Zev would fit into a season 2.
Of season 2.
It opens with this scene.
You're getting shot.
No, there was a driving scene, like we were in a cab and like we have this argument and it just like kind of snowballs and you're like, oh, like they're both really not well, or so.
Totally. I mean, I could see it. And you know what? They did do a good job of showing like how you guys came together.
Totally.
Like the
yeah.
alligator lounge thing is so cute.
Yeah, it is, and that was actually the last scene that we filmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
for the whole show, because all of it
Nathan
was.
Fielder was using it.
Oh no, no, but I know about that too. But but no, they we filmed all of it in London. Even all of my stuff was in London.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
which was very cool.
Wait, I never would have
Well,
known.
because most of my stuff was interior shots, and so they built these sets
Yeah.
in studios in London, and then the exterior stuff we just faked it. We used, I don't know, like there was like a park scene. We used a park near the studio, and
I was gonna say,
that doesn't look like
Doesn't
New
look
I
York.
was
New
looking
York.
at that park and I was like, what park is this?
You're like, that's a great looking park.
Yeah, and, like the way it like curved, I'm like, no parks
Yeah.
are like that.
Yeah. But so that was so cool. Like I got to spend like a month in London
That's so
shooting.
nice.
It was hectic though because it was it was towards the end of the shoot. They just had me shoot everything. So
Right, because Meg said that they shot all the Will stuff first and he like completely wrapped.
Yeah.
And then they were like, Michael.
yeah, and it was not fair because like they had so much fun with Will there,
Right.
and
they
I mean,
like had parties. By the time they got to you, they were like, let's just go home.
well, because every day was so fucking sad,
yeah.
But I did overlap with Will a little bit because we shot the wedding episode.
Oh, right. Yeah,
in
yeah.
that was really cool. That was in Reading, or outside of Reading, England, which was like an hour and a half from London, and we all stayed at this like bed and breakfast that was like really old and yeah, it was really fun. And that was the first episode that I shot. So that was like
it was like a summer camp.
It was kind of, yeah, totally. And like that scene where I'm dancing on the dance floor. I don't know if you remember that. Or she sees me, it's fake, but she imagines me dancing. That was the first scene that I filmed.
Oh my
And it was the most nerve-wracking thing. I mean, it's like you're dancing in front of all these extras, and it's day one for me.
And they're British extras. They're a little judgier.
Yeah. They definitely judging my dance moves. And everybody had already been there for like 2 months at this point and knew each other, and I show up and
you
it's
felt like the new kid at school.
Yeah, and it's like, watch me dance. And I remember Will was sitting right in front of me because I'm like sort of dancing in front of him, and he was like, is this your first shot? Like, that's, that takes balls. Yeah.
Wait, the brotherhood that happened.
Well, it was nice to have somebody have my back,
Yeah, because I'm sure Meg was an absolute nightmare the whole time.
No, she was so much fun. She was so great. And yeah, we actually, Meg and I, we met up before shooting in London when I got there, and we just like hashed it out and talked and got to know each other a little bit, which helps so much, especially when you're supposed to be like in love with this person.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't have the luxury of doing that.
Yeah.
Frances Ha, you mentioned, like, I didn't know Greta at all, and we had like so many scenes together where like we're going off topic, obviously, but
cut it. No.
but like that, I never got a script for Frances Ha.
Oh, really?
So I had no idea what this movie was about. Not a clue, and they wouldn't tell us.
And you didn't know Greta?
No, I didn't know Greta.
So who was emailing you?
Emailing me how?
They were like, "Come to this. We're gonna have a camera there."
Oh no, I mean I auditioned for it, but with the audition we would show up and they gave us a scene at the audition, and they were like, "Here's a scene. You have 5 minutes to learn it and go."
Oh my god!
And yeah, and I got it. And Adam Driver was I think he was right before me.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and yeah, I mean that was a wonderful experience. But yeah, I didn't know her, or we never had a I don't know, a coffee just to like talk and get to know each other a little bit. So anything you see on screen is pure acting.
That's pure acting.
Wow.
That's pure talent right there. Yeah.
And
I love
that's an
it.
amazing job of just capturing the talent in New York City at that time, though.
Oh yeah, no, that movie is special.
It really is such a special
really
film.
Captured a moment in time in New York history, sort of, when I don't know what was happening, but Girls was out, and I don't know, it was just like that whole millennial culture, I think, was at its peak.
Girls is like Frances Ha and Girls are truly some of the best depiction that we have of like hipster Brooklyn alt culture.
And I got Girls. I found out I got Girls at the premiere for Frances Ha.
Oh, really?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
The process of auditioning and finding out about roles that you've been able to weave a
What
tale
else
of
do you
today
want to
is
know? I could talk about it all day.
out.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, being an actor sounds hard.
Oh yeah, it's not I don't it's not I mean, it's the best job in the world if you can make it happen.
Totally.
But it's a depressing
You were
life.
a younger brother in New Jersey, and you're like, I gotta get to the screen.
What?
You heard the question.
I have a younger brother in New Jersey.
I
You were a
said,
younger
weren't
brother in
you-
New Jersey.
Because all I know is you had a brother who was older than you, and you were selling baseball cards.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, you're an actor in New York. What's the journey?
No, I have two brothers. I'm the middle, so that should explain it.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Actually, next question. I'm middle child too. I know all
so
about
there you
that
go.
culture.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
constant.
eldest, so I don't.
Yeah, you don't know.
It's really awful being eld.
Well,
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I brought it up.
No, I mean, being the middle child, like, I mean, nobody else in my family is an actor. And I wouldn't necessarily say I was starved for attention, because I don't think I was. But I do think there was a little bit of like, hey, everybody watch me, you know? I mean,
can you tap?
No.
Well, we ask all our guests that. so don't
I
worry.
actually ask almost every guest.
I can fake it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I can fake it. But no, I've never taken tap. Although
Season 2 of Too Much is going to be a tap arc.
If that's what it takes for a season 2, I am all in.
Zev Jeremiah Goldstein. Now, did you have any part in kind of the naming of that?
No, I probably would have changed it.
To what?
I don't know. But no, I'm totally fine with that. I don't care. That's, that was her decision.
She's just so good at making up names.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just so
I'm trying
memorable.
to think of some other names. I remember in the casting breakdowns for girls, because like I used to read them somehow. I don't even know how I saw them. I was always on the lookout for girls. I was like, show me a character that I can play. And like, luckily it did come about in season 3, but like I was always looking at the casting breakdowns, and it was really interesting how she would describe these characters as what their likes and dislikes were. And you just got like immediately you knew like, oh, this is I get this guy or a girl.
Do you remember what those likes and dislikes were?
I think likes was like Fraggle Rock or something, or I think maybe that was somebody else's, but I always liked Fraggle Rock growing up, so I was
You're like, I get it.
I was like, I know this guy.
That's so
I guess that really does
funny.
take you there, though.
No, I mean, I'm doing a
Absolutely.
bad job
Yeah.
of explaining
but
it, but like,
doing a good job.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. Like even that one word, I'm like, I can
But
absolutely
it
picture.
was like a
character around
list.
that.
It was a list
Right.
of things. Yeah.
Now, back to Zev Jeremiah Goldstein.
Yeah.
For the people at home that are really upset by kind of the words you said, could
Yeah.
you kind of take us to like what kind of backstory you had in your head that brought you to tell her that like, yeah, she should totally get that abortion then?
A lot, or not a lot, but there were things that changed because luckily we had the strike. So that sort of put this show on hold a little bit. And I was able to talk to Lena about the character and about what I thought about him. And I there were times we FaceTimed a bunch and talked about it. And like, there were just times where I was like reading a scene and I was like, there's no redeeming, like, why would he calls her the C word, like you were mentioning. And I just felt like it sort of came out of nowhere.
So then Greta Teidelman called her the C word instead.
Well, that's the funny thing about that scene, and this is where Lena's such a genius. It was originally written with like a guy who she comes across, and the dog like bites the guy or something, and the guy calls her a cunt. And can I say that on this? Yeah.
We say it a lot, actually.
Okay. And so it was supposed to be a guy, and I had a problem with that because I just felt like Zev doesn't say anything. Like some guy like calls his girlfriend a cunt, and he doesn't even people are gonna hate him.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so Lena originally, she changed the whole thing, and I was like, I don't think that works either. And then like this was the genius part of Lena. Created this girl instead of the guy, like she decided it was going to be a girl instead. So it's like that made more sense to me because like I can't get angry at like a girl for calling another girl a cunt.
I think what you say is like, I don't know the dynamics when it's girl.
And I think that we actually added last minute. So, but yeah, I just felt like that's safer. Like that makes sense. The reason why he wouldn't step in, it's like, oh, whatever. These girls, they call each other all kinds of names. Like, what am I going to do? Beat up this girl? But like if it's a guy, it's like, that's expected.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to stand in and be valiant, but.
And finding out that you shot this in London and not Brooklyn, saying the C word is just like, it's even more powerful.
Right, yeah.
It really is.
Well, they're so accustomed to it over there.
Exactly.
It like doesn't matter at all.
It means nothing.
Yeah.
I think.
No, it does. You're 100% right.
Wait, so was the Alligator Lounge after all of that?
Yeah, after everything, we came back home and shot 2 days in Brooklyn.
When you guys kiss and it moves like this, were you guys on a skateboard? What was going on?
No, but we were on something where it had a track.
They like pulled you.
Yeah.
Because
that was the last shot of the entire. That was the last shot.
The way I was watching, and I was like, wait, where are their feet going?
Yeah. No, we were on some sort of track. It
looked cool.
It was cool, but yeah, that was at like 4 a.m. It was a long night, and we danced for so long, and they didn't use any of
It's
it.
about 12 seconds. Yeah.
No, the scene where we like start getting like really close. We had shot like so much footage of us dancing, and they didn't use any of they only used like the last 5 seconds of whatever we used, so whatever we did. So yeah,
They liked you when you were like tired of dancing.
yeah, exactly. That's what it was. It was like we were already like we had been dancing for like an hour at that point, and they were like, okay, so this is the last section. I don't even know if they were still playing music. They're like, just dance, because I don't even think we were like matching up to the music in that scene. So
It didn't look like it.
no,
yet.
we did so much like different camera angles of us dancing, and it was a long night, but it was very fun. And like I said, that was the last scene we shot. So like by that point, I had really gotten to know Meg and gotten to know her style of working, and she improvises so much. So it was just like my improv muscle was doing okay at that point. Like
Totally.
I wasn't totally green, which I was like right off the bat when we started filming. Weeks before.
Yeah.
So
Is this the most improvised show you've been on?
this and Girls probably. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, Girls was like there were moments, and I've said this also in interviews, where like there was in that first scene where I meet Lena's character.
Free snacks.
What is it?
Season 3.
Oh, free
episode
snacks. Yes,
6,
yes.
Free snacks.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a scene. So there's a scene where like I come up to her desk and I'm talking to her and I'm telling her about The Office and kind of like the ins and outs. And Lena like cut and was like, okay, in this next take, like maybe go on a rant about the difference between editorial and advertorial. And I was just like, okay,
yeah.
what does that mean? I have no idea. Like, I really had no idea what that meant. She described it a little bit, and then I'm like off to the side waiting for them to yell action, and I'm just thinking like, what am I gonna say? And then I just started talking, and I did that so many takes.
I was convinced. I just watched that 2 hours ago.
Okay.
And when you said it, I believed every word.
Did I talk about that?
Yeah, you talk. Well, so
she's talking about how she's a real writer or she's a writer now. She's
Yeah.
don't let the editorial team hear you. There's a big difference between advertorial and editorial.
Oh.
They don't take you guys
and it's
seriously.
like really intense. Like you're like, Hannah, you're gonna like ruin like your time here if you say that so casually.
Oh wow. Okay. I don't remember. I haven't watched it in so long.
Good at improv.
Yeah, I'm like, wait.
Well, I don't know what was what they used and what was scripted or whatever, but yeah, I know that every take I had to come up with a new story, and that was just par for the course. I mean, that was what that at least for me what that show was like.
That's so
But
cool.
I mean, Maisel was not that.
Right.
Frances Ha was not that. It was scripted, and if you said that instead of you got a note. And it was like to a T.
I heard Amy Sherman Palladino was like, no, word for word.
Yeah, but that's like not a bad thing
No,
necessarily.
No.
It's not because and I don't like both are great in their own ways.
Yeah.
But when you don't have to come up with things on your own, it's just a lot easier.
Totally.
You just have to know your lines and show up
Right.
and know your lines and then worry about blocking or something. But when it's improvised, it's like I'm always like off camera thinking like, okay, what can I say? What can I say
You're
on this
the L
take?
train looking up UCB classes. Like, maybe I should.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't taken UCB in like 20 years, so I'm. Although do you know Jeff Hiller?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was in my class in UCB, and now
No
he's
way.
nominated for an Emmy. Yeah, he was the funniest by far.
I remember going to a UCB show when I was like 18 and he was in it and I was like, he's God.
Oh, he's the best. Yeah.
He's God. It was like him and Lauren Adams, who plays one of the mole women in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Okay.
They like did a Herald and I was like, I've never been like so shocked in my life that like
I
people
paid
could do that.
$10,000 to watch that. That's amazing.
No, there's nothing better than good improv. But that being said, like most of the time you do these scenes and
Right.
it's like not good improv and you feel like a failure.
And there's like 80 people on set being
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, he's bad at tap outs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not Robin Williams, but
Well, at least you got so many. The thing about improv, you're doing it on stage. You get one attempt, it goes bad, honey. Everyone gets to remember that. You get at least 40 attempts at it.
yeah, but
That's-
what if there are 40 bad takes, so
You can clip
They have
together.
to add a shoot day. They're like, so we gotta get back to the.
well, we improvised so much in that final alligator lounge scene. Like there was so much improv, and every take was a different it was different. It was just like, Meg throws out what she's going to throw out, and I have to kind of throw it back. And I felt good, though. I felt good that day.
And if you're ever in a situation regarding pizza, like, you've got so many ways to play it.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I love
Which
it.
we did. I mean, we played it so many different ways.
Had you been at Alligator Lounge before the show?
Probably years ago.
It's fantastic that a place has a free pizza like that.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
captivated TV in such a wonderful way. Not to
I
go back
don't
to
know.
Nathan
I'm
Fielder.
kind of pissed because it makes it seem like that pizza's good, and
Right.
the
It's some
amount
of
of
the
people.
worst.
There is a thread online about how the pizza there is actually really bad, so that doesn't even make damn sense.
I can't imagine it's.
Damn sense.
I can't imagine it's good pizza. It's
But it
in
is affordable.
It's nothing better than free. I'll tell you that.
No, sure, but like at what cost?
Whenever I go there and I get a White Claw and then I get to have dinner, it is cool. It is cool. I love it. Should we get
the way
into
we
our...
both been there 40,000
I know.
times.
There's an open mic there every Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
I'll
back...
see you Wednesday then.
Was the back room holding?
Yes. Yeah.
That-
No. The
I
back,
love...
not holding necessarily. It was like where all the camera, the TVs were set up, the monitors.
Got
yeah.
it. We went to like Ray's coffee shop and girls is Speedy Romeo's.
Okay.
And when we went there the first time, the way I was like, and that was holding. And that's where they like set up all of that. Like, I love seeing like how small places look on TV, and then there's always like a second secret back room at
Yeah.
the location. But
And I
anyway,
remember it was 1,000 degrees too.
Like
Really?
the studio.
No, the
Alligator Lounge.
Alligator Lounge. Yeah, that night.
When
It
did
was-
you guys film? Was it during the strike? Or-
No,
Yeah,
no.
they filmed during the
Wait, it was Union. I don't know how streaming. I don't know
No,
the rules of
it-
streaming.
It was. I mean, I think the rules are the same. No, it was. It must have been June or either. Yeah, it must have been June. I think.
I've been there in June. It's not cold.
No,
that pizza oven throws off a lot of
maybe
heat.
that's what it was. It was the
Yeah.
pizza oven. But
It
yeah, it was.
really
It was, and
does.
also dancing like for literally hours.
You danced in front of an oven for many hours.
Yeah, it was. It was hot. It was hot.
So your character is like being a bitch or dancing, which I think is a great place to
Wait,
be.
now we have to talk about the Emily Ratajkowski of it all. Did I say that right?
Yeah. And that,
Yeah.
The scene specifically I'm thinking of is, first of all, the party where Jess sees you having amazing time with her,
Yeah.
talking about Des Moines, and then also the one where Jessica runs into you guys, like hitting
At-
it
at a
off on the
coffee shop.
bench.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm upset
About.
about you being so like. So this is the scenario, and this is what it brings up for me. Okay.
Okay.
You're being so like obsessed with like every word she says, and then being so like, Jessica, you're embarrassing
Yeah.
me, in a way where it's like, do we know what reality we're living in? Like, this is a random girl, that's your girlfriend. Like, unless you decide she's not your girlfriend anymore, you're acting crazy.
I know. But in Zev's defense, like, she wasn't acting normal, and maybe it
That's
was a little
true.
embarrassing. And I don't think at this point anything had happened between Wendy and Zev. I think they were
Right.
just like, hanging out.
She's so good at being normal.
Oh, she's
girl.
great. She's great. She's
the way
a great
she
actress.
was just like, hey, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh. It'd be cooler if she was like evil, because it'd be easier to hate her.
I
But
know.
then you're like, she seems sweet.
No, she was. Yeah, she's great. I mean, I know she's known for her modeling, obviously, but
Yeah.
but Emily she's a great actor.
so many influencers are randomly so well adjusted because they have so much time to think about themselves.
Well, I mean, she didn't start out as an influencer. She was.
a knitter.
No, oh, you're talking about Wendy.
Wendy
I thought you were talking about
Jones.
Emily. Yeah. What was it? What were you saying?
She's just very well adjusted in the show. Like the
Yeah.
moment of contention in the first scene.
She's well adjusted, but she steals people's boyfriends. So
She's a homewrecker who's
Yeah.
well adjusted.
She's
So
a
I don't know how-
well-adjusted homewrecker.
Homewrecker.
No, let's blame the man, not the woman.
and that was another thing. In the monologue, the therapy session that Zev has in the wedding episode.
Yeah.
They cut he talks about Wendy a little bit, and because he talks about how, I guess he's in the monologue, he talked about how he's basically attracted to his mom, or
Right.
his mom is very needy, and so he in turn is always on the hunt for kind of needy women, or not on the hunt, but like it just happens that he falls for these needy women subconsciously, I think. And but then they cut this part where he talks about Wendy and how like she doesn't need him, like she's very independent, and he likes that about her, and it was like he's kind of turning over a new leaf.
Right. I guess he is
But
on
never really
his own
pushes
learning
her
journey.
away the same way she did Jessica. He
Yeah.
did yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that gorgeous scene right at the end where it's Jessica and Wendy Jones connecting
Yeah.
over their mutual hate of Zev.
I know, and I hate that scene. Yeah, it's just like, oh, that because I didn't.
You changed the Netflix setting to 1.5 just to speed it along.
No, it's just that Zev doesn't get a chance to like defend himself, and
So you're saying for season 2, you're looking at hopes that Lena will have like a Zev
I think Zev should
redemption
be the
app.
lead.
I want more therapy scenes.
Right. It's just that Zev in therapy next season.
I think that is a potential spinoff.
I would watch that. Yeah,
It should be a podcast, I think.
yeah, it should be kind of a collab with Orna from Couples Therapy.
Yeah, it's huge. We're always trying to work her into a project.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know if there is going to be a season 2. I hope so.
You haven't
but
heard anything?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
We're on the edge of our seats.
Oh well, you know, write to Netflix or something. I don't know. I don't know how it works over there.
We
these
write to
days.
Netflix.
We write to Netflix. The way we're like waiting to get sued by Netflix.
But yeah, I don't even know where Zev would fit in. I would love to be a part of it, but you know.
Lena will find a way.
I hope so.
She's always finding a way for you.
Yeah. No, she's a good friend.
He
I
could
love
work
it.
at GQ.
There you go.
Close
Yeah.
circle.
With
Writing
Joe,
music
I could play
reviews.
both parts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our next segment.
Girl, get your Glock. It's rapid fire time.
Oh
We're about
God.
to ask you a series of rapid fire questions in succession. Don't think twice. Are you ready?
I think.
They're kind of half girls themed, half too much themed.
Okay.
Are you schoolgirl? Are you getting schooled girl?
Am I schoolgirl or am I getting schooled girl?
Don't say it like that.
I don't necessarily know what that means, but I assume I think I'm more of a getting schooled because I was not a big fan of school.
Okay, it's rapid fire, by the way.
Sorry. I'm getting schooled, girl. Yeah.
What's your favorite utensil?
Fork.
Are you the voice?
Wait, no, spoon.
Oh.
Okay, move on. Yeah.
Glad we clarified. Are you the voice of your generation or a voice of a generation?
I'm definitely not the voice, so I like to think of myself as a voice.
Would you rather live in a beautiful building facing an ugly building or live in an estate in London?
An estate, like an estate.
Parentheses.
What does that mean?
Just because
'cause
Jessica
Jessica lives
stays
in
on
an
an estate.
estate.
That's not,
I see.
That's not so cool.
What was the first one? Sorry, it's rapid fire. I know, but
No.
Beautiful building facing an ugly building.
but is the with the view? Is there a view, or is it just like some other person's apartment?
Oh, from the estate.
No, from both actually.
Oh, so you're in a beautiful building facing an ugly building. It's the first
Right, but
one.
is the
And
ugly
it's the view.
building
It's
like
a huge,
all the?
it's the main view.
It's the main
yeah.
thing.
But like how much space is between these
Not
buildings?
enough.
Not enough.
No, okay.
Or it's not too much.
Then
Yes, girl.
I guess I would go with the first one because I don't want to live in some shitty
Well,
apartment.
usually we ask if you want to live in a beautiful building facing an ugly building or ugly building facing a beautiful building,
Oh.
which is a quote from Girls.
Oh,
But
oh.
we had to remix it.
Okay.
But
Still
I
the
can
first
see,
one.
like, we're
I
really
think.
stressing you out with
Yeah,
these questions.
it's hard.
Well,
Don't
you say
worry,
a
there's
beautiful
only-
building, but like, is the apartment beautiful?
Oh, that's a great question. It's not like too modern. And if it's modern, it's done very tastefully.
Is it big?
It's good enough. Like it's not the biggest apartment, but they've done a lot with the space.
Then no, that sounds like hell. I would do the estate.
Period.
Yeah.
Ugly building facing ugly building.
Oh, is that what it is? You didn't tell me that.
Editorial, advertorial.
Oh God. I would go advertorial.
Fuck, marry, kill. Sun chips, Cliff Bars, and Russ and Daughters locks.
Okay. I would marry. Wait, what is it? Sun chips,
Cliff Bars,
Cliff Bars. Oh God.
locks.
I would kill Cliff Bars.
Easy.
I would fuck Sun Chips
Yeah.
because harvest cheddar, right?
Pretty cool seasoning.
And marry Locks because we are in a union, me and Locks, and don't forget the cream cheese though.
Hello.
It's a throuple. Yeah. Next.
It's a love triangle. Were your 4 years in Ithaca the best of your life?
I didn't go to Ithaca. I went to Skidmore.
And you went to Cornell in the show.
Oh.
But Skidmore in
did?
Saratoga Springs is Ithaca.
I went to
Where's
Cornell
Skidmore?
in Saratoga Springs, New York, near Albany.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know, there's a Saratoga, Florida.
I do,
but it
or
doesn't have springs in it.
Sarasota.
It's Sarasota.
Oh yeah.
It's Sarasota, no Springs.
I just bring up a random town in Florida.
Wait, what was the question? Wait,
Were they the best 4 years of your life?
You don't have to answer truly.
which character went to Cornell?
Your character went to Cornell.
Joe.
No,
No,
no.
Zev went to Cornell.
Because you're at a
Zev-
dinner party.
Oh, right.
The girl goes to
And you're like,
Harvard.
That
oh,
was-
you went to Harvard. Well, I only went to
That
Cornell.
was improvised.
Oh, you crushed that.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't think it was the best years of Zev's life. No.
Beanie and a new Supreme hoodie or Lululemon for men?
A beanie and a Supreme hoodie.
Our first iteration of that question was Beanie and new Supreme hoodie or Beanie Feldstein as a new Supreme.
Then I'm going with that. Yeah.
Bearded dragon or hairless dog?
Oh. You know what? They were both so sweet.
Wait, was there a bearded
was
dragon?
sweet.
There was a little iguana or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was Emily.
I thought it was a necklace.
No.
No,
Emily has a pet, and
Yeah, you
I
kind
know she
of.
has,
has
like,
a bearded
ew,
dragon,
the
but I
It's
don't
hard
remember
to
weird
see
scales.
it, but
looking
yeah,
at it.
no, they had a real live beard or whatever it was.
my 5th grade teacher had a bearded dragon in our classroom.
Oh,
I hated
I had
it,
a
but-
salamander in 5th grade.
Salamander.
Yeah, we all got salamanders in my like science class or science, part of the day.
Oh my god.
Because it was 5th grade, and everybody's died except for mine. Mine
Whoa.
lived for another 10 years.
Oh,
That's actually
my
seems like
god.
a curse.
In class, they all died. Like
10 years.
10
is
years.
So much longer than
I
everybody
know
else.
it was ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I took any better care of him than others. Although one time there was one weekend where somebody left their terrarium near the window, and we came back and it had the sun, I guess, had burned through the
Oh my God.
the window into like the eye of the salamander, and it had just a burnt out eye. But mine lived for another 10 years.
Oh my god, it was
Yeah.
during the equinox. Alligator Lounge cheese pizza or going head to head with Rita.
With Rita Wilson?
Yeah.
In doing what?
You can fight her.
I'll do anything with Rita Wilson. I love her.
Even fight.
Head to head does not necessarily
No,
mean
you're
fight. It
right.
could mean like
No,
trivia.
head to head in trivia.
Yes.
Cube.
She's very smart. She would probably beat me in trivia.
Final question. Why haven't you seen Vanderpump Rules?
Good question. It just
The last question of the pod.
never. I don't know. It never appealed to me. I know.
We haven't seen it either.
I've seen 6 episodes.
Oh well, then you have seen it. I've never. I don't know. I don't love reality
Was
shows
that
in general.
improvised?
No,
Megan saying that?
no. I think that was scripted. Yeah.
And you were like, none of them have seen Vanderpump Rules. You stupid bitch, die.
Yeah. Again, that's another moment where I was like, the audience is gonna hate him, and
I
just
really
for that.
hated your vibe because
Yeah.
you know what? There's like so many YouTube video essays about how important and like sociologically like powerful reality TV is, and girls
Oh.
really latch onto that. So there's like a community of girls out there who like that specific line. It's like unredeemable.
Yeah, I think it's just another kind of example of Zev putting down Jess, and
Yeah.
and that's again, it's like, and it's in front of people again.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Our final segment, that outfit
Outfit
in
in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
That's where we compare Brooklyn then to Brooklyn now.
okay,
Now you've been here for the whole thing.
yeah.
Except
The whole thing.
Except we told you were in Bushwick today, and you said, "Is that where we are?"
I don't know Brooklyn very well,
But
yeah.
you know about Williamsburg.
I know about Williamsburg. I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I know Williamsburg. I've been to Williamsburg many times. I just don't know where other parts of Brooklyn end or begin.
It's
I think
important. We
that's
don't
okay.
either.
Okay.
It's hard to
It's
know,
hard to
and they
know.
keep rebranding.
Because
places.
they keep coming up with weird names.
Yeah.
I
But-
can't think of any at the moment, but yeah.
You have to tell us
Brooklyn
about
Triangle.
your Joe shirt.
So when I think when I first appear in Girls, I'm wearing this like plaid multicolored
Yeah,
shirt.
it's so interesting.
Yeah.
When it first appears, you're like, "Wait, hi, Joe."
And in the first, I think it's the first episode of Girls, Lena is wearing the exact same shirt that Joe is wearing. And and we were definitely like, there was definitely a reference made to it when I filmed Girls, but I don't think it ended up in the final cut. But I do remember there's a scene where like I call her from like my desk and we're talking. I think it's that same first episode where I introduce her. I introduce myself to her. And like I call her and I don't even know if this scene made it. I don't remember. Again, I haven't seen it in a long time. But she says to me,
you should watch it every week when you wake up.
It's very hard for me to watch myself. But that's another story altogether. But I remember she says something to me along the lines of like, I think I have that shirt. And I say, oh, and I think I improvised this. I said, oh, I guess that's why the buttons are on the other side or on the wrong side. So that's the story in a nutshell. It's just that we're wearing the same shirt, and it was supposed to be a callback to that. And, for those eagle-eyed girls fans, maybe they noticed, but I'm sure most people did not.
I wonder if it symbolizes anything.
Yeah.
Probably not, because they cut any reference to it. So.
No, it was a motif for sure.
For sure.
And then Zev Jeremiah Goldstein is always in kind of he changes his style.
Really evolves,
right?
Especially when he meets Wendy.
Right.
It's like an immediate shift in
I know,
his style. Yeah. He really becomes full Brooklyn hipster.
I know, that was really fun. Ariel, our costume designer, like she had just rows and rows of like thrift store finds that were really cool, and
I think it sets the time really well. Like you're able to understand it's not present day when he comes out in that outfit.
Sure. But I love, like anything to take me out of myself, and into this other character.
Did it make you leave set that day and you're like, wait, maybe I should like get into this vibe?
It definitely made me think like, oh, I should wear bigger clothes. I kind of dug it. Yeah. And I got to keep a few things, so I don't know if that was legal or not. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about it, but yeah, I got to keep a few items.
I wonder how the clothing in Too Much will age, because girls, famously, everyone absolutely hates every outfit that came out of that.
Oh, is that
show.
right?
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, these are such beautiful.
And Jessica has such a specific, like, unique style that almost doesn't feel tied to like the period. Whereas like girls, it's like Marnie's outfits were so.
It does feel slightly, especially when she's in Brooklyn. Like there's a scene with Zev when she runs into Wendy Jones outside a coffee shop and she's wearing this nightgown with zebra print.
Right.
The sneakers with the purple leggings. I said, yes, go off, girl.
And I'm wearing.
You're wearing basketball shorts.
Yes, and the Talking Heads shirt.
And isn't Emily like...
Yeah, she's like, get this guy...
She's like, you gotta get him new pants.
Yeah, right. And then, she, I guess, becomes Zev's stylist. And you don't even see half the stuff. Because we shot so much. And there were so many costume changes. A lot of things, like, you don't... Or were cut or whatever. But a lot of it was when she's, like, flipping through her phone and she, sees all these videos of me and Wendy. And so, like, they all needed a different costume.
All the oh my god, the thing where she's like, if I was a worm, would you still love me? And you're like, I'm not gonna do that. And then it's like her watching the video. I was like, this is so many girls' villain origin stories.
But it was a lot. Like I remember that dance. You barely see it, but there's like a club scene that I think Jess is watching on her phone. Like she's watching some video footage of me and Wendy at a club. Yeah. And like that was the first time I met Emily, and you're always being forced to dance with people for hours. I guess it's a good icebreaker. Yeah, Zev does dance a lot. Now that I think about it,
be a little happier.
Alligator Lounge.
You think he'd be less stressed.
I know, but maybe they figured like that's gonna de-stress me, just like getting it all out.
Right.
But yeah, that was like the first time I met Emily, and then all of a sudden we're supposed to be like grinding on each other, like in this. Yeah, no, it was fun. It was a good time.
Oh my god, it sounds so fun to be on set. You should tell Lena to go ahead and do a season 2.
I'm sure she wants to. I guess it depends on what Netflix wants.
We'll talk to them.
Yeah. Just like I said, send a letter. Send a handwritten, creepy letter. And
they have studios in Bushwick.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna be like, we know about your culture. Like, let us in. Any closing words to Zev haters out there?
Maybe you should. I don't know. Hope for a season 2 because maybe we could get Zev's side of the story.
Totally.
Yeah, to all you Zev heads out there.
That's so
Start the
funny.
hashtag Zev Nation.
Team Zev. That is another
Zev.
thing. Like they came around like towards the end of the shoot. It was like the last day of shooting, and I think it was like one of the PAs was coming around like with a phone and was asking people, "Are you Team Zev or Team Felix?" And I was like,
Oh
"Who
my
is
gosh.
Team Zev?" And she was like, "No, you'd be surprised. There were a few who are Team Zev."
That's what we heard.
Meg
said.
was saying everybody in the hair department was Team Zev.
But again, I think it's because like there were these little moments that they didn't include where you kind of saw where he's coming from.
I'm
Right.
so glad you got to come on the podcast and let people know that there's all these secret scenes that
It's not, it's really not all the. It's like there's
There's a whole other show out
there's a
there.
whole other show.
but yeah, I mean, and again, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus because the show is fantastic.
Right.
I loved it, but there were like a few little, like I'm talking seconds,
Yeah.
where you see just his perspective a little bit,
Totally.
a little bit.
Well, I'll put the gun down and I'll trust.
Girl, get your Glock.
I'll trust that Zev meant well.
Yes,
He
well,
did.
yeah.
We
I
just
mean,
saw
maybe,
him
I don't
at some
know.
tough points.
You saw him when they were like in love.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah,
saw
that
them
was
when they meet, and
sweet.
it was nice.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being on the pod.
Oh, this was so much fun. Thank
This
you.
was literally so fun.
Oh, good.
And sorry for bullying you so much.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
But
If you guys like this episode, rate and review. And in your review, please use too much for SEO reasons. Thank you so much for being on the pod again.
Oh yeah,
Or
no,
again. Well, thank you again for being on the pod.
Thank
Well,
God we got to meet again.
again because we did the Q&A
At
Yeah.
Audible Theater.
at the Audible.
Thank you, Manele. Good night. Yay.
Yay. That was so
Oh my God, that was
fun.
so fun.